Welcome to a Puma video, and I am still continuing my weekend in Neverwinter. I'm playing my cleric at the moment. Just to kind of, this video is not going to be so much like my weekend betas. This is going to be more of my own, I guess more a review of my own thoughts on Neverwinter. Again, I'm playing the cleric, devoted cleric class, and I am an elf with a really big holy item. Don't know why I'm wearing such a big item, but it is what I have. It is what I have. Whatever. I've had a few people ask me, what do I really think of the game? Am I just being all hyped up because it's something new and shiny, or is it a game that I actually, or is a game that I'm actually going to enjoy? Well, anybody likes a nice and new shiny game. Whoever says otherwise is lying it throughout their ass. But most importantly, this isn't just because it's shiny and I have beta access, and I'm actually a long time standing D&D fan. I've been playing D&D since God, this was maybe 12 years old. Mainly, you know, first, second edition. I didn't get much into the 3.0 and 3.5 and 4.0 systems. Unfortunately, I kind of grew out of the tabletop RP. I won't say grow out of it. I just haven't had a chance to have a group to play with in a very long time. So playing a D&D MMO, yeah, that sounds pretty fun to do. I know there was another one. I know there's DDO, Dungeons and Dragons Online. Never played it. Never got a chance to play it. I know it's made by a different developer. This is actually made by Cryptic, a company that I'm very familiar with. They made Champions Online, City of Heroes, Star Trek Online. So they're well versed in the MMO genre, and this is just their latest addition to their huge lineup of MMOs. So what do I really think about it? Well, there's actually four categories. When I look at an MMO, there's four categories that I have to judge it by. Well, I guess not judge, but I have to look at it. So one of them, the four categories is design, interface, gameplay, and then the fourth one, which is what most people don't really care about, is the roleplay aspect, the roleplay factor. And I'll get into that when I talk about it.
Oh, may to bless your heart. These meager goods might not.
I've been keeping Sergeant the dismissive note. Watch your step in this disc. We aren't the only ones who want Gothwin to reveal the location of Karzav and the.
So.
Nashers are attacking travelers on sight.
Let me talk about the design of the game. This is the artwork, the overall atmosphere of the game. Right now, I'm in the Black Lake district of Neverwinter, of the city that I'm in, and what do I think about it? What do I think about things so far? And I hit that sewer rat, and I didn't mean to. So, design-wise, I really do feel that I'm in. I feel immersed in the world. Artwork is phenomenal. I mean, for a game that's going to be going free to play, I mean, you're looking at almost a, graphics and artwork almost as a AAA game out there. I do have a little bit of beef of the character designs. I would think they'd be a little bit more polished coming from Cryptic. But again, this is beta, so don't take my full word on it that it's these are going to be the designs. But I'm most likely guessing this is what you're gonna get. I mean, they're not too terribly bad. I mean, you really don't notice when you're playing because you're looking at their backside really most of the time. But I mean, if you want to take a quick look, I mean, I guess she's not bad. I mean, I've had worse looking avatars, if you will, in past games. So I mean, it's not overly bad. I mean, they're fine. It looks like an elf. I mean, you look around the artwork. I mean, they put detail into things. I mean, even the monster models are definitely. You feel like, they definitely did D&D, Dungeons and Dragons justice with the models they have. So to give it, rate it. I guess 1 to 10. I'll give it a. I'll give the design a design artwork. I'll give it an 8. I can't give it a 10 because of the character models. I don't think they're the best looking out there. But again, this is beta. It could change. And I think having an 8 for design in a beta is pretty good. The second thing I want to talk about, and I'm kind of actually doing now, is gameplay. Well, interface actually. And what I mean by interface is I mean the overall HUD, heads-up display, or however you want to call it. The your skill bars, your map, your character avatar thing, the chat box, all the stuff needed is to play the game. And this is important, I think, to many people, because what's the first thing you're gonna do when you play a game? You're gonna pick up your mouse, keyboard, controller, whatever. In any game, doesn't matter what platform you're playing on. You want to be, when you pick up your controller, you want to be able to play the game without any sort of complexity. And I think in this game they did hit the mark a little bit. Now this is an action-based combat, so this isn't your traditional MMO where it's like tab targeting. You actually have to aim at the mob. To fire, which is not bad. Many of the MMOs that are coming out are going to this form. It allows for better movement and more immersion in how I feel in the gameplay. I feel better immersed. I feel better in tune with my character in this form of combat than others. Just checking out the thing. So anyway, interface. When you first log in, I will, and I got mail. but I don't know from who. I guess the mail isn't fully working. But anyway, interface, when you first get in, it might look a little alien to you, and the controls might be a little alien, but I will be real honest. It doesn't take that long to pick up the controls and grasp the concept of the combat style. Matter of fact, people seem to really enjoy it. Now, I know people are looking at this going, "Oh, that's very similar to Terra. I didn't like Terra's combat style." And that's because many people that have been playing, MMOs for years are so used to that standard, point and click or that tab targeting that they can't break out of it. Some people say, have said to me like, "Well, I just can't, I can't just, it's hard. I'm not fast with my reflexes."
Hello. Use a health potion to restore them.
I just don't have the fast reflexes, and honestly, you really don't need that much fast reflexes to use this interface. And matter of fact, this is actually a lot more simplified than Terra's controls. There's only a few buttons you have to click, and matter of fact, they're all at your fingertips. So, for example, Q does a skill, E does a skill, R does a skill. As long as I'm not getting my ass kicked here. So a lot of your skills are really at your fingertips, and very easily to get to. Matter of fact, there's another skill that you'll end up getting that uses tab. There's another skill that lets you use one. Now, many MMO players use Razer's Naga mouse that has the buttons, the number buttons on the side of their mouse, so they can just easily click their thing. If not, I strongly suggest to look into such mouses. Matter of fact, they make a 6-button mouse, which might be a lot easier especially for this game, or they make the 12-button, 12 numeral button Razer mouse. And it's a very comfortable mouse. I'm not going to go into the review of the mouses, but a lot of the more prominent MMO players, they tend to use these type of mouses for MMOs. So this is what I use. So it makes things a lot easier because the number 1 skill, the number 2 skill, and the heal or my 1, 2, and 3 buttons. So they're just a thumb click away. So the only thing I have to do really with my mouse is just point and click on the thing. Also, when you attack, you can easily just hold down the button, the left button, to just continuously attack your enemy. You don't need to keep clicking away like a mad person. And you can just, you can hold the button and cast the other skills off at the same time. So your own finger is your auto attack essentially. Now you probably hear me clicking away because I'm just used to clicking. So it doesn't really matter. But you can also hold it down, especially if you play a rogue. It comes in really handy to hold down your button because you're kind of cruising along and beating so many enemies. So, as far as the design of the action bar, I think it's perfect. I think they've really nailed it. You can dodge all different ways. Yeah, it's very exactly like Guild Wars 2. If anybody's familiar with their dodging system, it's exactly like that. Double tap WASD in any direction, and you will go in that direction. Now, Neverwinter does something a little bit on top of it. I don't know if Guild Wars does this, but if you hit the shift button, if you, let's say you're going forward here and you hit shift, you can dodge, which is really handy. And you can see the stamina button here. Just like, you know, Guild Wars, you have your I forget the energy button or something, whatever they call it. So if I'm, you know, you can go any direction. You know, you can hit back, you go back, to the side, to the side. And different classes make different animations. Like my rogue actually does like an acrobatic roll. Wizards teleport around, and she does this, I don't know, holy slide move. The holy shit move. Let's just call it the holy shit move. So I think as far as the interface is concerned, I think they do a really good job with the action interface. I think it's pretty flawless so far. I'm sure, you know, people have their complaints, but as far as me, I was able to easily pick it up, play it, boom, be done with it. Far as the compass and the map up here, they do a really good job, you know, having the waypoints on your mini map. You know, you get time. You know, you can zoom in, zoom out. You know, you go to the world map. I'm not sure what this is. This might be like an instance or something. Over here is like your events that are going on, or different community things that are going on. I explained this all in my thing, but I think far as the interface was really great. They even give you a quest tracker so you can track your quests. You see these sparklies in front of me that essentially lead you to where you need to go. You can turn it off by hitting Z. So if you don't want it, hit Z and they disappear. Hit Z again, they come back. You know, if you want the extra challenge by exploring around, or if you just want to get to where you're going, I don't mind leaving them on the ground. Just it kind of gives you, at least me, gives me my bearings where I need to go. Like I said, when I hit the button, you know, I feel like, you know, the character hits hard. Just, it feels very fluid. Up top there is your kind of your menus, character logs. Very very fluid. Everything's there. You can find everything that you need there. I think excellent interface. It's pretty standard in most MMOs. In fact, the layout is very similar to many MMOs that are out there. Excuse me. Oh, my inventory is full. That's interesting. And you get your character up here, and you can do all sorts of stuff. This gives you, I think this is like a little buff, yeah, +1. So, I mean, as far as interface, I give this a, I don't have any down points to the interface at all. I think it's very smooth and very understandable and very user-friendly. So I give the interface definitely a 10. You know, design, like I said, an 8. You know, I say a high 7, 8. I just rounded it out to 8, but interface definitely I give it a 10. She's setting off every trap in here. Okay, so my third thing is gameplay. What do I think of the gameplay? Well, as you can see from my other videos that I've done this weekend, I think the gameplay is is pretty smooth. It runs smooth. I haven't found any sort of flaws in it. The only thing that I have found is some of the quests. When you do them, sometimes you can't get out of them unless you log out, log back in. But I think that's just a general known bug for them. So I can't hold it against it in a beta. But I mean, as you can see here, my character, I mean, it's casting really, really smooth. I can't really complain about the gameplay. I don't have too many complaints. I wish that I could use excuse me. I wish I could show you guys the Foundry, but I can't. Unfortunately, it's not open for this beta. I've tried, because I know I have a quest out there currently that I didn't close beta that ported over here, but I don't think it ported over right, and I'm getting a lot of bad reviews on it. Matter of fact, you know, you got people that said, oh, you know, you never tested it before publishing, and I know it worked before I published, and unfortunately, I hope my tickets and stuff that I've sent in, they rectify that, because it kind of sucks when your name's on the list right there on the front page, and you know, people are like, oh, I can't get into it, you know. It's disheartening. That's an ugly looking dude. But yeah, I think I gameplay wise, I give it an 8 for beta, just because. No, I give it a 7. I give it a 7 because of the Foundry stuff. I'm really disappointed that one, I'm disappointed that my quest isn't working. Two, that I can't even use the Foundry to fix it. So I'm a little upset with that. But I guess I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.5. If I was able to use the Foundry, I would definitely Healer. Nobody's stopping this healer. And I give it a 7.5 because I can't show you any of the PvP aspects of the game. So, I have showed you a dungeon in my weekend beta video. So I don't need to show you the dungeon. I think the PvE really is really good here. Will the gameplay, will the content, will it keep you engaged in this game for a while? Yeah, I believe so, because not only that you're doing the standard quest here that I'm doing, you have your choice from numerous quests that the community has made, and not only that, for beta, wait till this comes out for launch, and you have other people making adventures and campaigns out there. So it's going to have a continuous refreshing of content that's out there. So I wouldn't worry too much of is this going to be playable in in 6 months. I think people are going to really enjoy this game. And you got to remember, this is a free to play game. So it's not like you're obligated. You're not paying a subscription fee. So, I think you'll find much enjoyment out of this every time you come back. And you'll probably find something new that you come back. You'll be like, oh, look at this new campaign somebody made. Let's check it out. It's got 5 stars. Let's give it a go, and you'll give it a go and might really like it. People, especially people that like D&D, or people that have D&D groups, or let's say somebody like myself that has friends and family that love to play D&D, but you're so far away, you don't want to do the tabletop thing over the internet. Get on here and go, make it an adventure for you and your friends, and go in there and do it for the afternoon. It has that much potential. And speaking about potential, I want to talk about the 4th item on my list. Now, this is not on everybody's list. This is on my personal list as far as MMOs.
Watch your step in this. According to Gothwin's information, Kozov is hiding in a safe house nearby, while the Crown is...
Stock up on potions before you enter Black Lake.
So the 4th thing on my list is the roleplay factor. Is this game going to be worth playing and worth RPing in? And what is the role? Are you going to be engaged in roleplay often here, or is RP going to be dead? Well, honestly, role-playing comes from the community that forms usually prior to a game's release. And last night I had the privilege to RP with one of the bigger guilds that will be playing on the server, and a few other people that were not in the guild. And I have to say that I really did enjoy myself, and everybody got along. And just put it together, and I was really shocked. I was really impressed with some of the roleplay right off the bat that I got involved in last night. So I think this game has a really huge RP potential, especially for plot-driven guilds that have plots and stuff that go on. With the Foundry, you can constantly have content for you. Your guild, your members, fellow role players, and I think it'd be great. Now the community in Neverwinter is growing. If you're curious, if you're a role player that watches this, and if you're really curious on where to go for Neverwinter RP. The website is nw-rp.com. You can certainly get involved. I'm actually part of the staff there as a writer, So you'll see a couple of my articles there. So, and the community so far has been pretty welcoming, pretty great to everybody.
The rebels are everywhere. Glad you made it. Ready for our next move? The Nashers set fire. The Nashers know they're cornered. They've set fire to the place to cover their escape. We need to hurry.
So I think Roleplay Factor, and people have asked me that I roleplay with, what's the roleplay going to be like in this game? I think it's going to be like any other game. You bring it, and I think it's going to sustain. And I think this has sustainability in roleplay, especially if you think about the Foundry. You can make your own campaigns and stuff. So if you look at it in that regard, I think you'll have continuous RP and a great source of RP. I'm really looking forward to it. Don't worry, people that are playing Guild Wars 2 and I have RP there, don't worry, I'm not abandoning you or abandoning the RP. I really enjoy the RP that I'm having in Guild Wars, so don't think that I'm jumping ship. I don't want you guys to think that at all. Some people have asked me if I'm making my guild over here or making any guild over here. I haven't really thought about it. Honestly, here's I'll be honest when I say this because I'm a pretty honest person. I haven't had too much luck with roleplay. Creating, well, I mean, I can create them, but sustaining them, I've had tremendous trouble in doing so. And I don't know if it's just because of what I do or what. I think I get a lot of, in my opinion, I get a lot of mischiefs, not mischiefs, but misfits that don't want to seem to fit in the bigger RP guilds. Excuse me. And then they come over, and I kind of, it seems like I get stuck with a lot of inactive people. And I'm saying the ones that have been active, you guys have been great. I'm talking about the people that I recruit, and then you never see them for weeks at a time, and you just kind of wonder, like, well, where do these people go? And I don't know. I won't lie, sometimes it's just upsetting to kind of see that. I don't know if I'm going to make an RP guild in Neverwinter, unless I get like a lot of my core friends and stuff that really want to play and really want to do something. I do have a few ideas in mind, so don't think that I haven't thought about it. I just haven't really implemented anything. Because of my own, because me being just being nervous about it. Because running an RP guild really takes a lot of dedication, and if my time is split with other stuff, I want to be able to give people my undivided attention. I'll probably end up joining a guild in the community. unless you know, people want to, you know, get together and make something. Anybody who watches my videos and wants to get together and make a guild, I'm all for it. I don't even have to run it. I'll even I'll be an officer and help you run it. I'm good at running stuff. I'm not saying that I'm not good at running things. I could definitely be an officer, and I know a lot of people. Somehow I'm quite popular at RP communities, even though I don't necessarily always involve myself in them. I don't know. Maybe my character goes a long way with in that regards.
Nine hells. You're going to need a distraction. Kozov will head for...
So if anybody wants to get something going, contact me and we can discuss it. Anybody wants to try to give me a home, we could discuss that too. I'm totally for it. I don't have a solid concept for my character. I have a few things that I have laid out, but I haven't put anything in effect. So when I do, definitely I'll be posting that information up on up on the RP, the Neverwinter RP site. So, in any case, but listen, I think I took a lot of you guys' time. The Puma Zone will air tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for another hour. We'll bring you more Neverwinter footage. And I'll see you guys then. All right? Take it care, everybody. Bye.